Yes. So as we discussed, we'll discuss a few more examples. So let's take an example of 113 by 117 by 213. Right? Now as we discussed, first we'll have to establish a convenient percentage. A convenient percentage means a percentage of 213, the denominator. Remember, we always need to calculate the percentage of denominator. So convenient percentage of 213, which convenient means which we can calculate very easily, and which we know 117 is close to. So one way of doing that is that I look at 10%. 10% is 21.3, and 21.3 will go inside 117 how many times? Right? So we can take a rough approximation, maybe 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, whatever first thing that comes to our mind. We should not waste too much time at this step, and we start with that. That is our starting point. Okay. In this case, we'll try a slightly different approach. So instead of going by 10%, right away when we look at the numbers, we get a feeling that the numerator is perhaps close to half of denominator. Right? The numbers look that way, 100, 200, 110, 220. So it looks like half. So let's start with 50%. Okay. So we will take 50% of 230, which is equal to 106.5. Next step, if you remember, is to take out this 106.5, separate it from 117. So 117 minus 106.5, which is equal to 10.5. The third step is to calculate 10.5 by 230. Now you see what we have done here. Right away we have established that the answer will be 50% plus a little more, which is what we need to find. 50% plus a little more. How do we go about it? We go to 1%. So 1% is equal to 2.13. Let's take it as 2.1. We normally stick to one place after decimal. That is the kind of approximation that you can make very easily. Round it off to the nearest number. So 2.1 will go inside 10.5 almost 5 times. So 5% is equal to 2.1 into 5, which is equal to 10.5 actually, which means 10.5 by 213 is equal to 5%. Right? So my answer is 50%, which is 106.5 plus 5%. So my answer is equal to 55%. Right? Let's take one more example now. Say 563 by 652. Again, instinctively when we look at these numbers, and we'll have to learn to back our instinct. More often than not, I see students who are very hesitant about it, very reluctant, always afraid of making a mistake. You have to understand that you have 15 years, maybe 16 years of education behind you. It's innate. It's at a very subconscious level. So you'll have to back what you know. Alright? So when you look at these numbers, I'm sure all of you get a feeling that numerator in this case is way too close to denominator. It's not like previous numbers where the numerator was very far off from denominator. Here numerator is very close to the denominator. So instead of starting from 0%, 10%, 20%, why not start from the denominator, that is 100%. The point that I'm trying to make here is 100% of 652 is 652 of course itself. So rather than starting at 10% of 652, why not start from 652 itself? So if I start from 652 itself, what I'm trying to say then is that 563 is equal to 652 minus 89. Right? So by that logic, 563 by 652 is equal to 652 by 652 minus 89 by 652. Right? So this is of course 100%, which means all I need to find is 89 by 652, which obviously is far more easier than finding 563 by 652. Now when I look at this number, again we have come back to the kind of numbers we have been practicing, pretty small numbers and all. 10% of 652, 65.2. Next step, 89 minus 65.2, which is equal to 23.8. So my 89 is equal to 65.2 plus 23.8. So now let's try to find 23.8 by 652. Now what we will do here is, we'll do a rough approximation. Okay. 1% of 652 is equal to 6.5. 4% Therefore, is equal to 26. I need to find 23.8 as a percentage of 652. I know 26 is 4%. So my number is a little less than 4%, right? Say roughly 3.6, 3.7, maybe 3.8. Let's take 3.7 as an approximation. So my answer therefore would be 100% minus 100% minus 10% minus 3.4%. Therefore my answer here would be 100% minus 10% minus 3.7%, which is very close to say 86.3%. Okay. See, we are going for an aptitude exam where they are not looking for calculators. They don't really expect that you need to calculate to the exact decimal point. Calculation will be an innate part of the question. The secondary portion, you'll have to tackle the conceptual challenge of the question, and once you are done with it, you'll have to deal with the numbers to get the final answer. And options are given. They're not asking you to give an answer. They want you to select an answer, which means your job is to be comfortable with the numbers and find an answer which can correspond with the options. Okay. One more point that I would like to mention here is, what if you have an example like this, 5, 6, 8, 4, 3, 2, say by 7, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 6, random numbers but huge numbers, mammoth numbers. If you have to find percentage of this nature, this magnitude, now say for example if I tell you, you have 5,68,432 rupees with you. How do you feel? Good, huh? Huge amount of money. Now if you have that kind of money right now with you, do you mind spending amongst this mammoth amount 432 rupees on your friend? Right? I mean, even if the friend is not someone you are really fond of, I am sure that if you get that kind of money, certain kind of generosity will creep in within you. 432 rupees I am sure you can spend. It doesn't really hurt you, isn't it? The point is, if you have that kind of money, 432 is a very minuscule portion of your overall fortune. So 432 is a very small portion of this number. Similarly, if you have 79,23,576 rupees, I am sure, however cringy and self-centered you may be, spending 576, donating 576 is not something you will really mind. Okay, which means this portion of this number is a very small part of the overall number. Using it for calculation, the same logic, we can actually get rid of this portion and straight away come to our number as far as percentage calculation is concerned. The value of this will not be very far from value of this, right? Because what kind of approximation have we done here? For numerator, we have reduced it by 432 by 568432, which is not even 1% of this number. Denominator, we have reduced 576 from 7923576, right? You can afford to do this kind of approximation, but only thing you have to keep in mind is that if you reduce your numerator by 3 numbers, you'll have to reduce by denominator with 3 numbers. See, my risk appetite is slightly more than most people. So what I would have done is that in most cases I'll bring it down to 2 digits, the numerator at least. But everyone, irrespective of their respective risk appetite, can easily bring it down to 3 digits. It's rarely if ever going to hurt your answer as far as CAT is concerned. So now we have to find this, which again should not be very difficult for us. As we can see, 1%, 10% of 7923 is equal to 792.3. We need to find 568. So 792.3 minus 568 is equal to 175.7, right? So 175.7 by 7923. Now 1% of this number is 79.23. So 2% would be very close to say 158 roughly. Okay. So my number is 175. 175 can be further written as 158 plus 17. Okay. 0.1% of 7923 is equal to 7.9, which is practically 8. So 17 is almost equal to 0.2%. Okay. Right? So 568 by 7923 can be written as 792.3 minus 175.7. 792.3 is 10%. 175.7 is 2.2%. So this is equal to 10% minus 2.2%, which is equal to 7.8%. So my answer is 7.8% even for these mammoth numbers. Alright, okay, so we have done these kind of questions, and now we will move to general percentage questions as we come across in TI and in maths.